Ragne Sinikas is a global marketer focused on helping brands go from presence to profit. It is her mission to help every person realize and unlock their true potential, and she believes that everyone has a powerful message that can help impact the world. Through Starpreneurs TV, Ragne helps businesses create their own TV shows and launch them on leading streaming TV platforms. For more information about launching your own custom branded streaming TV show and to access a TV masterclass that includes 20 ways to monetize your own TV show to capitalize on this multi-billion-dollar industry, check them out at www.starpreneurs.tv. Well, Ragne, tell us a little bit more about your business, what you do, so that people who are also watching might say, hey, maybe that's also an avenue that I want to take to advance my credibility or get my company more visibility. So I'm curious to learn a little bit more about what you do at Starpreneurs and also what got you into this.
Yeah, well, my background actually, I'm from Estonia, which was the previous Soviet Union country. So I took a leap of faith 9 years ago now, and moved from Europe to Mexico. And in this process, I had always worked on real estate, and at the university, I studied marketing. So marketing and real estate always went hand in hand. So I was very focused on that industry, knowing how the things were happening there. And once I got here to Mexico, I was invited to be part of different associations, which involved women entrepreneurship and pretty much how women can become the entrepreneurs. So fast forward, I saw that, oh my God, everything that I have really practiced throughout my life on industry, which was very male oriented, can be tweaked for whatever industry it is. And actually the way that I see the interaction, the customer journey, let's say, when one person connects with you and really has chosen you to take care of their pain or their problem, or you are the one who can help them to reach their deepest desires, then really I was so interested to see how people are doing it. What is the process? What is the resources that they are using, and how do you really make difference? And fast forward, it brought me to the topic of World Women Empowerment and World Women Conference and Awards, and seeing also what was lacking, and it was always lacking. Great ideas, women love their businesses, but they're not able to compete with the big guys, which I say, let's say, if we talk about traditional TV, they can't. Your pockets needs to be very deep in order to take your message out there, to find the ideal client that you're looking for. And also, so many women are lacking the call to action. They have great ideas. They are doing it with all their hearts. And then they don't see, there's so many blind spots that they don't see.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So when you see from outside, and that became our strength to see the blind spots. And then on the other side, also creating the access to opportunities which were not there before. And one of those is the Starpreneurs. So we started to take the women entrepreneurs with us. We started to coach them. We created access to training and really going through the business systems, which 99% of small business owners are lacking in order to grow and scale their business. And in the beginning, I understand. Maybe there's like, I'm the chef, the cleaner, you do everything, right? No?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't understand, you know the process. So why do I need systems for that? No? But once people have been already hiring people to work with them, so you need the systems, and in order to do any type of marketing, if you're lacking the systems, then it's waste of money, and
Mm-hmm.
it usually ends up being, disappointed. That didn't work for me. But what exactly didn't work for you?
Mm-hmm.
You can have a great presence, you can have credibility, you can even be an influencer. But if you don't have the systems, if you do not have the call to action, then it's a lot of work and very little income, let's say. So
Mm-hmm.
so I would say that this is how I ended up, like, in a very big picture, ending up like doing what we're doing, really bringing the untold story in front of people, and those stories we truly believe that have the power to impact and change people's lives. And we have
Mm-hmm.
already seen, well, Eddie is our poster star.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And even if I go back from, I think people can relate best on someone else's experience. So doing the podcasts, and sometimes we don't really understand how much of a work it is. We see
Mm.
that it's so much fun, get to know people, have a beautiful conversations, see their souls. This is beautiful, no? But a lot of people do not see how much does it really take in the back end. And
Yes.
we do a lot of work, or we do it ourselves, or our teams are helping us, and we do not leverage on the omnipresence of it. We don't really take this one content, and we don't really create the ways to distribute it in a different channels.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, again, it's one, we need awareness. Two, we need education. Three, we need the mentorship or coaching, and from people that really do know how to do it. There's a lot of people that, and I have gone again through my own experience, not charging, just reporting. That a lot of people can sell their services, but the delivery is not there, and it's really, really hard to really find, because in the end of the day, you find someone who you think can do something that you can't, and in your mind, this problem is solved now. No,
Right. Mm-hmm.
if you need to go back to it, then it's, again, you end up in zeros, and just circling around. But really going back, really see where you are, where you want to go, and who can take you there. And that's maybe the best advice to give in there.
So tell me what made you really focus on television as one of the mediums for people to get their message out? Because I think this is a really unique time. I think you alluded to it, a great opportunity when people are accessing streaming and on-demand programming like never before and across many different channels. And so I do think that the playing field is much more level now for people who might not want to, open up their pockets for a major network, but still have a lot of access to people that they might not have thought. What made you choose this medium as something that's a real driver for people?
You need to be in this competitive field. Being a slightly better is not enough anymore. So you
Mhm.
need to be different. You need to see the 2 steps ahead, what is coming. And when we truly see what our kids are doing at home, this thing is basically everything: remote, phone, you do everything with that. So once I understood that, okay, when our phones became the remote for our TVs as well, I said, okay, the time for the laptops and for the small screens is going to be maybe not over with the next 3 years, but if we see again the statistics and what has been really happening with all those streaming TV platforms, is that everybody is using the big screen. And in your mind, do you really make a difference, the traditional TV or Roku or Amazon Fire or Netflix? Or we don't, because we're consuming the content, no? But in order to be in competition, in social media, paying a lot of money to Facebook, still not getting the reach that you want, all of that stresses out. And you're just, and then one hacker comes, takes your account, and you lose all the hard work that you have done. That's it. Yeah. So that's the name of the game there. And I said, no, it needs to be, there needs to be another way. And then, as we all know, that when you wish something, be careful, because those can actually come true. So I was, one of my friends was inviting me, you know what? There's a Starpreneurs, which are doing a challenge, which becoming the star of a streaming TV. I'm like, what is this? I had never heard. So I took part. Basically, it's working through the zero. If you haven't even hold the phone and do a selfie video up to the content and being really constant content creator. And after that, I said, why people are not doing it? This is brilliant. One is that you can be the authentic yourself. A lot of people struggle with copywriting. So, and I'm like, but a lot of coaches, speakers, authors, they really speak very well. And we all know that once we get to the other side of it, again, going to social media, then we really need to have a very, very attractive copy in order to get the eyeballs. But in Roku specifically, I said, this is perfect, because all the hard work which we already have done in Facebook groups, communities, we have the email list, right? So if you have, and that's why I started with that, do you have call to action? Your call to action can be as simple as just getting people in your email list. Why is it important? Now is it important? When you are creating your content, then you have already your ideal client. You know who they are. You know what you need to cater for them. What is it? Why they are watching you? What is the engagement time? How short? How fast? What is really the one thing that they come after? But your email list is really truly where your success is hidden. Because it gives you the ideal client, the customer avatar for that. It also gives you the hints how to create your irresistible offer. Your irresistible offer can be your content, and your content can be consumed on Starpreneurs, on Roku, on demand, or as a free, and then you have the call to action from the free content. So so you can really play around. It gives you a lot of opportunities. It gives also people the freedom to go and see when they have time. Not that, oh, yes, lives are very good in order to attract new eyeballs, but for your raving fans, it can also become a little exhausting when they are like, oh, I need to be there, and oh, I don't want to miss this, and that, and the Roku platform for me and streaming TV platforms give that freedom. I will go, I will consume exactly what I want. Just the other day, I was watching the traditional TV just out of curiosity. From 1 hour, I think the movie which I saw was maximum 27 minutes. And the rest was just ad after ad and after ad. And then I said, this is why we have so many problems with obesity, because you always stand up and go to the kitchen when there's a ad. So that's actually where we need to create awareness, how we structure the traditional TV and how that impacts our health, which is so direct that it can't be more clear, no? But that's really why I chose the Starpreneurs and the streaming TV, the freedom to really build, create, and play around with all of that. And again, you can also create the whole ecosystem, because maybe you as also coach, for example. I can teach from personal development to leadership, and not necessarily the audience is always the same. So now, not to overwhelm ones which are very specifically coming after the personal growth items, we will separate the leadership. And basically, with Roku, it's possible. So how we have divided is health, wealth, and relationships. And those are always the things which we need in our life. No,
Right.
sometimes we are paddling with our health. Most of the days it comes to our relationship, and wealth is everything that we really truly do, no, on daily basis. So I'm so excited, and I think that when we get out of the little box to see, I have heard a lot of like, no, but my followers are not there. Well, how do you know? Have you tried out? Have you invited them to follow you there? No. So you can't really say that it's not for me. But for sure, if you want to be in front of new eyeballs, if you want to be searchable more than just the social media platforms, then that's the way to go now.
Eddie, tell me a little bit about your journey with Starpreneurs and, your decision to go this way with Friends in the Spirit 111.
So first of all, Ragne interviewed me on Dominate the Decade, right? And we did a two-person hour chat. And then after that, she told me about Starpreneurs, and she said, would you be interested in being on that? I said, yeah, I want to be a star. For all of you that, are just watching this, I'm a stage manager, right? So I'm always behind the scenes. Once in a while, the camera turns on me. But I do these Friends in the Spirit. It's more of a spiritual thing I do on the weekends. And that's been on Facebook and on YouTube. But when this opportunity came to be part of Starpreneurs, it was like, yes, yes, yes. And it's on a streaming service on Roku, right? So you're on TV. So I thought it was just an absolutely great opportunity. Now, for all you people out there that want to be on camera, if you are watching all our videos, right? We have people that are doing YouTube videos. We have podcasters. We have network TV. We have local TV out of Philly. If you want to be on TV as an expert, you want to have this face, your face everywhere, right? So then when producers and bookers are looking for a person, an expert, they could see you're on Roku, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on this, you're on that. So every opportunity is great. Once you look at this video, I'm sure Ragne's info will be there. So if you want to get your face on Starpreneurs, we'll have a link there for you. And that's just another opportunity for you to be on camera. So when a producer, booker is looking for somebody, they could see that you're on streaming service also. And I've been in broadcast TV for 40 years, in network, local, everything, cable TV. And we all have our conversations that eventually, regular TV is not going to exist. Everything's going to be streaming, and everybody's going to pay for this and pay for that. And you have it on your phone wherever you go. So, I mean, I'm 62, so hopefully in a few years I'll be retiring from broadcast TV, but I'll still be on Roku, and I'll still be on this website doing Shock Your Media Potential. So.
everybody still laughs at me. Like my son thinks I'm so old because he's like, why are you still get up and watch the news in the morning? I'm like, because I like to. I just do. It's probably about the only time of day that we watch television most of the time, but there is still some demand for it, but it is changing. And I think you're right, Eddie. It's a really great point for those people who want to be more visible to people in the media, to get invited to more interviews. The more places you are,
Yes.
the more not only they see that you have an impact, but the more they can see examples of how you deliver content and specialty information and how well you would do it on their platform as well. Yeah.
And I also think that it's such a waste of your beautiful craft if you just use one channel for your content, because you put a lot of effort into creating it. You always prepare for it. You do your best. You really think, okay, what is this intention with why I'm going live today when I'm interviewing someone. And if you just use that in order to go live in Facebook, then in the end of the day, and we all see how much the organic reach now has been reduced, or as we say, straight to the point, there is none other than the people that are in your close circle. Then it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, and after time, you will get exhausted because you don't see the results, and not necessarily that your message doesn't really relate to your audience, not because your business idea is the best one that you always think that it is, but it's just it doesn't reach to the correct people at the correct time, and that's a pity, and that's why the omnipresence really gets to play a huge role. When you do interviews, where even if you go live in LinkedIn, if you go live on YouTube, all of that, just take that content and really create the strategy and the tactics. What are you going to do that? What is the aim with each one of them? Like, who do I really serve with that? Because we get so busy by doing things that we lose the direction. And when we step back to, then we're like, oh, that wasn't really my idea. Why I started it? And again, I'm talking through my experience with Dominate the Decades, which it was so much fun. I was learning a ton because every expert left something on the table, and all of that. And then I started to ask, is my audience also learning as much as I do? Like, do I do the promotion correctly? Do I do the honor for people that have taken the time, invested on coming to talk with me? Do I really honor them with everything that I do after with the content that is created? Most of the time, no, because the only thing what we do, we go live and then it's like it's done, sort of. But take that content, flip it around. One 20-minute interview can give you a snippets, podcast. Go do Anchor, go do Spotify. Just use that content in order to really reach in different ways, because as we all know, some like to hear the books, some want to read the books. The others like, I don't have time, I'm going to see the documentary of the book. No, so we all know that the way that our ideal client really chooses to spend their time and invest their time into your content is very different. And this is where you really need to become an expert. If you really do it, you need to know them better than they know themselves. And it's not easy. And we really tend to forget the power of feedback.
Absolutely.
Feedback, asking constantly the feedback. Okay, what is working, what is not working, and what would be something that you would really feel that I can add value to you by doing XYZ. We don't do that. It's just 3 questions to ask, and even create incentive for them in order to take the three question squeeze. Like, there's so many fun ways to do it, but we're so busy again creating the content, but not leveraging on the content and leveraging the content on the streaming TV is exactly where the focus should be. That you really take it to the next level, and you will see if you are someone who is inviting your guests to come to your show, whether you are YouTuber, whether you are whatever platform you're using, and you will say, you know what, I'm also on streaming TV, so you can actually see your beautiful face on a big screen on your home TV. A lot of people, just by mentioning that, they're like, wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for considering me. And we need to always remember that people do not remember what we did for them, what we said, but how do we make them feel? How do you make them feel with your content? Ask yourself and ask from your audience.
I love that, especially when I think there's a lot of people that believe that the way to really reach monetization and reach higher numbers, for instance, is to go the YouTube route. And not saying that we haven't, but I got very tired of trying to drive YouTube views when we were getting views and listens for other things on other channels. And so in my company, we've spent the last 6 months actually kind of going through a lot of our content to repurpose them in different ways. I'm very excited about what we're doing with it, but it's a great point and reminder that for those people who, even if you've achieved some great things with YouTube, that there are some other platforms then that you can expand even greater. And that opportunity to be seen on that big screen in your living room or your guests be seen that way can really appeal to them. And then they're going to be even more likely to want to share that with others. And ultimately, that's how we advance our audiences, not just, build the ones you have, but have those people so excited about what they've learned from you or been a part of what you're doing that they can, refer that on and continue to give new eyeballs and new ears to what your message is.
I totally agree with you. It's exactly what, and it's funny to see how we perceive and we just sort of, again, stay there. Okay, I have the YouTube. I have, as you say, even if you have the success, then we do not tend to think more. Okay, what's next? What's next? What's coming? Where should I be? Because you can be very successful on YouTube, and if YouTube tomorrow really changes the algorithm, where are you?
True. Absolutely.
The same way. So you don't really have. I think it's time when content creators start to have more control over their hard work. And and today's social media platform haven't really rewarded it that way. Because one, we can lose our accounts. Two, we do not have the control over the back end. There's so many variable things. And again, what's coming next? And we are very, very excited to see that is that with going to Roku, our next step is also having the live call to action. So when our content goes to live, we will be able to have on the screen the call to action to say, okay, click here and you can get this, whatever it is, if it is a product, service. So there is new platforms which the e-commerce is taking totally out of this universe. There's a few new startups which are already out of the beta testing, and they're working with most of the biggest beauty lines, and it has been very successful. So we just last week also decided to go through that journey with them. So we're really, really excited. We think that creating the call to action is easy. Website, no? But if our website doesn't really appeal, and there's so many different age groups, some want to know all about you, and the other one's like, oh my God, this is so long. I will never going to get to the bottom of it. Like, for no, we all know. It's like when you go to the store, and if you get confused, what happens? You just leave the store without buying anything. So, and we were like, how do we take this stress away? Again, especially small business owners thinking like, oh my God, now I have to hire a guy who's going to do my funnel or who's going to do my website. And this is going to be road when they ask questions. I have no clue what to answer them because I don't know how it should be working. No? And then if you don't get the results with that, you're like, this doesn't work. And then the developer says, but this is what you ordered. And then you're like, so how did this happen? I have spent now, usually you spend from $3,000 to $7,000 in order to get your funnel up. If you're lucky enough, you will have total professionals and they will deliver beautiful work, and they will create the call to action that really generates the profit for you or the income stream for you, no? But there is so many, and again, from my own experience, so many people that promise, never deliver, and then you are in fault because you did not know how to order it. You did not know what you needed. You did not know how to structure it, how the fulfillment part works, all of that. And I'm like, okay, that's a full job I need to take in order to understand how this is going to happen, no? And I spent literally 1 year. I said I was so fed up. I was in a situation that I was paying for the third time for my funnel, and I'm like, how did I end up in this? And I'm like, I'm in the industry, I know, and I'm like, how did I end up in this? I can only imagine for someone who has done brick and mortar until now, and now needs to come to this space, and it's like, this is overwhelming. This is not going to.
So I just found out about this word funnel a few months ago with your partner, Angie. So I never knew what a funnel was. I knew what a website was. So why don't you tell our viewers what a funnel might be?
Well, funnel really is the call to action that you want to create. You want them to be focused on one thing at a time. So when we invite people to our landing pages, basically funnel is a landing page, but it's a long sales pitch, let's say. And it really follows the psychology, how we think. What are we always looking for? As if first, what is the pain or the desire that will be taken care of by this product or service that you are offering? Then, who are you in order for me to get the solution that I need? There needs to be credibility. There needs to be really, you need to be able to show your results in there. And this is where your beautiful face comes again in play, because when you speak with people, and then just instead of just writing or having your bio on your website, then this is really where you have the one opportunity to be in front of someone, look in their eyes and say, you know what? I am the person who helps with this without the whatever thing it is, and delivers this. One sentence, simple sentence. And yet 99% of us fail in this one little sentence because we want to sell everything to everyone. Yeah. So what funnel does is clarifying your message and gives the structure to your product or service, how you sell it. So specifically when you are a small business owner, you don't have the money to hire people that take care of the emails. You don't have the money to take care of the fulfillment part. all that is automated. So what funnel really means is that you have the first page, which is the landing page with call to action and more interactive than your whatever other type of web pages as we know them, whether it's WordPress or whatever platform you have been using. And now that the second part is really taken care. They walk you through the customer journey. And again, if you have created the whole ecosystem, you give the options like, oh, you liked my book. Thank you. Thank you for purchasing. But you know what? With this book, we also have the workbook. Would you like to add that? Okay. And the person always have the opportunity to say yes or no. If they say yes, that gives you, okay, they might be very close becoming your raving fan. So what is your irresistible offer now? What are you doing so good that you leave the competition far away? And usually it needs to be different, not better.
Yes.
When you are able to communicate that in your funnel, then you have the next step in your value ladder. So your book, your coaching, your inner circle, events, webinars, whatever your ecosystem or the value ladder really is. But it really creates the clarity, because if the person just wants the book and they say no, they don't need to go through all this, let's say, jumbo mumbo of all the other things that you are offering. And that's what I see is really the strength. There's two of them. The clear message, and I can really buy what I came to buy, and also taking care of the fulfillment part. All the emails, thank you emails, order confirmation, all of that is automatized. And then you can also create a membership area where you start to add massive value for them. Like, you know what, I have, again, if you have a free content, you can put your free content in those membership areas. If you have whatever the value is that you want to give them, but really appreciating that they really push the button, I want your book, I want your course, I want whatever it is. So you're giving back, but in a very structured way.
Because we're focusing so much on this conference with how people present in front of the camera and how they can come across as credible. Any last tidbits or pieces of advice from you on how people can use this medium, whether they're working through, a group like yours and, really taking advantage of some of these streaming channels, or they're really trying to get in front of media on a live or taped opportunity? Any advice on how to present your best self when you're on camera?
Yes. One, preparation. We all tend to think that all those celebrities come in front of the camera and they're just ready to go. No, it's hours and hours and hours of
Eddie knows that true.
So it doesn't, yes, there are people that are more natural, but it doesn't really come without preparation. And we have mentioned that before as well, like, don't just create content, create value. How do you create value? By asking the questions, okay, today when I go in front of the camera, how can I serve my audience the best? What is the one thing that I set the intention and I will deliver a massive value with that? Mm-hmm. Because we get we're addicted to distractions. It's like one thing, another, and I saw this, and I should talk about that, and I do this and that, and how do I put everything in one? No, just get yourself focused, really focused, and ask one simple question: how can I add the massive value today to someone, and what are you really giving them in order to action? And are you really inviting them to take action? Because a lot of times we also go live, we do the thing, we talk about what we want to talk about, or we even create this massive value, which people might think, oh, I should do that. But we all know we just close it, and then one thing comes and the other thing. So it needs to be actionable thing. One thing which you take action immediately after. How do you do that? Again, do you have a call to action in order for them to take the action that you want them to take? And it can be that, you know what, in order for you to reach your goal, you need to contact a mentor, a coach, sign up on fitness classes, whatever you are really wanting them to take action. Invite them and give the tactics, not strategy only, but tactics as well. And that really, really takes preparation. You can't just go by the fly that, okay, today I did 45 days going live. Oh my God, it's a full job, because you need to prepare every day, and you need to be original, authentic. And when it comes to really, really get them, is that authenticity and really looking into people's eyes, that you need to practice. You need to become comfortable being in front of the camera. Keep it simple. Eddie can most probably give much better advice here, being on TV. But really, we tend to overthink. You're looking at the camera, you are alone. But it's like, oh, how many people will see? What they will think? Is my hair? No, I don't like my hair. No, the color. No. Oh my God, my nails. It's like, don't overthink it. Don't think that you really need to always, obviously, don't show up in a t-shirt like this. I have canceled within 250 interviews. I have canceled 10 people because the way that they came and showed up, I said, this is not going to honor your brand. So don't. And this is also, we might think, no, but this is authentic me and all of that. Yeah, but if you're not organized, and that organized person shows up always. So number one, preparation, prepare yourself, prepare your content, or more than anything else, prepare and know who is your customer avatar, your ideal client. What is your irresistible offer, and how do you under-promise and over-deliver? So if you do those three things good, you will be absolutely driving this success.